Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome once again to the Folson's Tube.
Yes.
My name is Kweku.
And my name is Asantewaa.
Yep. And today we are going to be talking about a very special topic, right?
Right.
And I guess maybe you see it from the title of this book, but we are going to be talking about how Asantewaa wrote her book Shining Ever Brighter. Woo!
How I wrote my book.
Yeah. So if you haven't gotten a copy of this book, look, you are missing out because it is a good book.
Right.
The story is really engaging.
Yes.
Everyone who has read it, I mean, one of the comments that we've heard over and over again is, when I picked up the book, I couldn't put it down. You know, it's like people are just glued to it. And this, I guess, is because of the process the book went through before finally coming out.
Exactly,
finished.
Guys. A lot of work behind the scenes.
Which is what we are going to be sharing in this video.
Right.
So, just stay with us and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. So if you're new to this channel, like this video.
Like the video.
Share and subscribe.
To the channel.
And
buy the book.
Buy the book. Buy the book. So guys, yes, I think we will delve straight into what we want to tell you guys today. As Kweku said, you know, I have this book. It's a memoir. It's entitled Shining Ever Brighter. And the reason why we even decided to shoot this video is because I think after the book launch. And if you haven't watched the book launch video, I think the book launch video is right on this channel, the Folson's Tube.
It's in the description below, or you can watch it up there.
Exactly. So if you missed and you couldn't attend the book launch, you missed big time. So please make sure that you watch that video. And so after that launch, so many people have reached out to me asking, what did I do? How did I begin the process? Baby, remember somebody even went like, wow, how did you get the time? Because they know how busy I am. So like, how did you get the time? So I'm like, you know what? Since people are expressing interest, let's just do this video and
spill it all.
Exactly. Let people know what I did. And of course, Kweku has always been my number one support. So what he also did to support the process. Okay. And so I think, babe, number one,
the first thing is
you're going to be
your why.
Yes. Yeah. So you ask me the question
Q&A.
and I will answer.
Yes. So your why in writing a book.
Yeah, so I think you need to have a purpose for writing the book, right? And I had a strong purpose, you know, even before we met, I had always wanted to write a book. Okay. And so when we met, I kept telling Kweku that I need to document my life, because every time I meet people, I share just, tiny bits and pieces of my story, and they're like, why don't you write a book? So God laid this huge burden on my heart, and people also confirmed it. I remember I went for one conference, and one woman, I was just telling her something, and she went like, wow, have you thought of writing a book? So I had so many confirmations, and that is why I decided to write the book. And if you watch the launch video, you realize I said that through my book, I believe that so many people will be encouraged. And for example, if I'm not able to go to, let's say, Afghanistan, because my book is now available on Amazon. Yeah, we have it on Amazon.ca, we have it on Amazon.com. My book can go there, and it can encourage so many other young people who are probably going through some of the struggles that I went through, my family went through, so that they know that, there's always a way out, when you have God. Yeah,
and so, I believe that, something like a personal memoir, everyone should write it.
Yeah, you keep saying this.
It's a way to document your life.
Exactly.
And generations after you can come and know how they came about, who their forefathers were, or the story of their forefathers. I mean, imagine if my grandfather or my great-great-great-grandfather had written a book. Like, it's a piece of history, family history, right?
And some of the questions we have that nobody is able to answer now, we would be able to answer. Right now, my children can pick my book,
and they know
I don't need to talk.
You are suffering.
Guys, we always joke about this. I keep telling Kweku that how do we translate it in English?
Do you know the suffering
I've suffered? And my children, I don't need to tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and you are privileged to have this or that. It's all documented in the book. My great grandchildren will come and read the book. Like, it is.
And even people close to you, sometimes your friends, some of the friends and the people you come across don't really know your story.
Yeah, they don't really know your story.
But I mean, when you tell them they've actually written a book, they read it. I realize that some people's perception even about you changes.
It changes. It changes.
They come to see that, wow, you've really been through a lot.
Yeah, and I realize, babe, this is really true, because I realize people come to me, people who are already my friends, and I share just tiny pieces of my story with them, and they know some pieces already, but after reading the book, they have a different, perspective.
More complete picture.
Of me, and you're like, wow. So
let's get to the process of actually coming out with the book. What are some of the things that you need to take into consideration first? What are some of the important steps you need to take?
Okay, so the number one hindrance that may worry so many people is excuses. You can give tons and tons and tons of excuses, like I don't have time,
I don't know what to write,
I don't know what to write good, I don't know what to write, I'm not a good writer, and I'm busy. Guys, I know everybody's busy, but I think I'm one of the busiest people you can find on earth. You can ask my friends who try to reach me on phone and they never get me. I'm like, just test me, because that time
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and so stop the excuses. And so when I came to that point where I'm like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be self-disciplined. I need to stop, cross out all the excuses.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of me shining ever brighter.
Yeah, and a good opportunity which presented itself also was the pandemic and the lockdowns.
Exactly. Good.
With everything shut down and nothing much going on at home, you're like, this is a good opportunity.
Yeah, so that's a good point, and I say it in the book launch.
Yeah.
So please watch the video. I say that I started it when the pandemic started. Yeah, so that's when I put pen to paper and I started writing. Every time I was bored, because everything was closed, you can't go here, you can't go there, I just sat down and began to write.
So you just sat down and started to write?
No, I didn't just sit down and begin to write.
Okay, so give us details.
Yeah, so I and Kweku knows a lot about this. Because I kept saying I wanted to write a book, but remember I came telling you I don't know what to write.
Yeah.
I don't know what to write. And then one day Kweku came telling me that he saw someone on LinkedIn whose book is now has
become a bestseller.
Has become a bestseller, and this lady is Nigerian.
Yeah.
So Kweku sent me a message and went like, why don't you reach out to this lady and ask her what she did? And this lady, I don't know her from Adam. So what I also did, I just went to LinkedIn, I sent her a message, blah blah blah. I think her name is Jennifer. Jane, yeah. So what did you do? And she linked me to her writing coach.
Okay.
Yeah, who happened to hold workshops, writing workshops. And so I had a meeting with her on Zoom. Everything was on Zoom, and she started encouraging me. And it's like, because of course she also wanted me to come join her writing club, right?
Yeah.
So,
but up to that point, right. I guess you had a book idea already, or you had something before you joined the book club, right?
Yes, I had a book idea.
Or did the book club help you to develop your book idea?
No. Okay. I had a book idea. I wanted to write about my life. Okay. I wanted like a memoir. I wanted to write about my life, but I just did not know where to start from. And even though I love to write, academic writing, academia, all the manuscripts you write and publish in journals, it's completely different. The academic style of writing is completely different from writing, books like this.
Creative writing.
Yeah. So again, Kweku helped me to, brainstorm an outline.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had an outline, like let's say they should go into chapter 1, chapter 2. Even in the beginning, everything was messed up, so it was just like all over the place. Yeah, but as we brainstormed, we came to make sense. Yeah. And then we had an outline, so we broke it down into maybe childhood, maybe this will come in the middle, this will be the last. So I had that outline, and I started writing based on that outline. Yeah. So before I even went into the workshop, I had my outline.
Your outline. And I think even when you started writing first, you didn't even start from the very beginning.
No.
You started from life in the slum.
Yeah, like in the slum. So this was like in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle, and so many things had happened before then.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that my writing coach mentioned in the book launch as well. She went like, I started in the middle. Yeah. So now people, they had so many questions, fill in the gap.
Yeah,
there was a lot of gaps.
Yeah, because they started reading the story from the middle. There were so many questions about how you got there.
Exactly.
Life in the slum. So Charlie, slum girl.
Slum girl, Charlie, slum girl. It's not a joke. I'm sure some people will be wowed by this. Wow, she's lived in the slum before, guys.
It's in the book. So if you haven't gotten your copy,
it's in the book. It's in the book. So please go and read. And so the questions that I had in the writing club though helped to shape my writing.
Later writing, yeah.
And to those of you who don't like free things. You know, free things can be good, but it's not always good.
Yeah, okay. You have to pay for those workshops. I had to pay.
Yeah, I paid USD. It's a workshop. The organizer is in the US, and so the people who attended the class every week are Americans.
Okay.
And so I, like a Ghanaian slum girl, you know, I brought my piece into the club every week.
Every other week.
Yeah, like every other week, correct. Yeah. And then these Americans would sit down critiquing, like, what about this? What about this? Why don't you think about it this way? Why don't you think about it that way?
It was really helpful to get really, those varied perspectives and, you know.
I'm telling you, it was really helpful. And aside it projecting the image of God, you know, how powerful God is, it also kind of like was a platform to project Ghana and my culture. You know, because most of them had not had encounters with Africans before, and specifically Ghanaians. You know, so they really enjoyed the whole process.
Yeah. And it was like a new experience, and they were like, "Wow, does this even exist?" You know. Yeah. I think one of the comments from one of the classes that I listened to was someone was surprised that everyone does not have their own room.
Yeah, I remember that one. Like, you know, in Ghana. And I'm sure like you have all your siblings sleeping together in one room, right? But they were amazed because like in North America, every child has their room. I'm like, guys, it's not like that everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, so the workshop was really helpful, right?
Yeah, the workshop was really helpful. So talking about coming up with a book idea, if you are here and you want to write a book, just think about what you are passionate about.
Or even maybe you also want to write a memoir about your life.
About your life, like Kweku said, he thinks that everybody should write a book about themselves.
Oh, yes. So.
And so you can do that, or you can think about what people come to you for. You know, maybe people come to you for advice on a particular topic. So that may be your starting point. Yeah. You know, and then you put pen to paper and
what area do you have expertise in?
Exactly.
What area do you feel that your knowledge would be helpful to share to others?
Yes.
That's a good starting point for you to develop your book idea. And
right.
Yeah. Once you are able to flesh it out and, you know, sit down, brainstorm, come up with an outline.
Yes.
You know, do all that. It's all baby steps that you are taking towards your ultimate goal,
big
right?
Goal, yes. Yep. Big goal, right. So.
And then after you are done, you have to come down to the actual writing.
Yeah, because joining the writing club did not mean that anybody will write your piece for you, but it challenged me because every bi-weekly I needed to submit something. I mean, there were some people in the writing club who would, when it was their time to submit, they would be like, they'll give excuses. And then the writing coach would be like, "Oh, Asantewaa, do you want to submit something because so and so was supposed to submit but they didn't?" I grabbed every opportunity. And how I wrote, I would say on the average, I spent about 2 to 3 hours writing my book 3 times a week. Does it make sense? Or even more.
At times you'll be writing at dawn and
dawn and things like that. Baby, remember, I'll be writing at dawn, and anytime I was bored, you know, sometimes I didn't want to do work like my career work. I just wanted a break, you know, from all that type of research and teaching and things like that. I'll sit down and then I'll write 1 page, I'll write 2 pages, I'll write 3 pages. And
I think someone invited you to the house for dinner and you're also writing there.
Exactly. This is my friend. Hayford Wilson Brown. That was America's, was it Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. She invited me and I had my laptop. She went like, "This girl, like, yeah, you brought your laptop. Don't come and do work here." I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing work. I'm writing my book. And she went like, "Wow, you're writing your book." And if I was at the book launch, actually she was one of the MCs and things like that, and she was really proud of me. She is proud of me that, wow, okay, that book you told me you were writing, it's now being, you know, launched, right? And some of my friends, I tell them, "Oh, you're invited to my book launch, blah blah," and they'll be like, "Wow, you're always coming up with something new." Book launch, and few people knew that I was writing a book. Few people knew, but like people like Kweku, of course, Kweku would help me edit my first draft. You know, everything that I wrote, he will even edit it before I took it to the writing club. And my writing club, of course, you're dealing with Americans who are writers. And so they will also critique the language. You know, that, you know, this
one should all be your Ghanaian
Ghanaianness from it. You know, some words are just not American. Even though it's an English word, it's not American. And so they helped me to take out all of these things out.
So that I can appeal to a wider audience and they can
exactly.
relate to your story,
Good
your
point.
style of writing.
Good point, because they kept asking me in the writing club who my audience are, and I said, the youth, people from deprived backgrounds, but really everybody all over the world, and they're like, okay, so let that be your goal. So they helped me to kind of shift the focus from that tiny, African, Western, West Africa, and this to global audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
awesome. Yeah, and then another important thing too is also to have it professionally edited.
Exactly.
Even after all the editing that I helped you to do, and
and the writing club.
Yeah.
There
was a time where it was like professional editing.
And we talked about this in some of our videos, guys. If you haven't watched, go and watch. Talk about stages of writing. There's the first draft. The first draft, I know doing it is raw. It's like raw. But when you're writing, don't focus too much on mistakes in the first draft. You want to have something.
The meat.
Yeah, getting the first thing is always the big challenge. But once you get a draft, then people can say, what are you getting? Do it this way, do it that way. So, and again, that free, I paid for professional editing. Of course, it was the same writing coach I had who became my professional editor, and so she gave me some discount here and there, and she is really proud of me, and she keeps saying it. She was at my book launch. You guys should watch that book launch video to hear what she had to say about me and my character and what she observed about me and how proud she is of me. So yeah, professional editor, and she went through the whole book from beginning to end. This was when we had
looking at the
flow
of the book
final, this was when we
draft.
thought we had our final draft. So she went looking at the flow and everything,
the
language, and so she and I worked together to really make it strong. I didn't want to write and then somebody would pick and be like, immediately the book that is just like, Ghana, that kind of thing. Sometimes you pick a book and you are like, this is Ghana. I didn't want that. Like I said, I wanted this book to appeal to a global audience. Yeah. And so
one day when you are United Nations Secretary General,
exactly,
and they go back and pick
my book. I mean,
you don't want them to come and roast you. That
exactly, and you wrote like this, and guys, I'm not boasting or anything. At the end of the day, I have a PhD too, I need to live up to the task. What comes with a PhD.
Doctor level writing.
Exactly, doctor level writing. I can't write anyhow. You say you have PhD, Masa.
Show it by your works.
By your works. It's not just having PhD.
Right. And then after all that is done, the actual book production, getting an editor or a publisher, whether you are going to self-publish or you are going to go with an established publisher.
Exactly. So they say self-publish or traditional publishing.
Yeah.
So I think for first-timers, I know some first-timers self-publish, but if you want me to give you any advice, I'll be like, because it's your first time, maybe you want to go through the traditional
to kind of see how the whole process looks
exactly. And your subsequent books you can self-publish. So I went with Zulon Publishers. This is not a paid ad. I'm just saying I went with them. They're one of the biggest Christian publishers in North America.
Yep.
And so I went with them, and I think they did a good job. And even before going to Zulon, I think one of my friends, I want to give a shout out to original Episcopal sister Jackie,
Flaming Fire Girl.
She helped me come up with a cover idea. Yeah. So she's like, you know what? She calls me Episcopal sister. She's like, pray about it. Let God direct you. So even this cover page that you see, we prayed about it. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you have spiritual friends. So thank you so much, Jackie. So Jackie helped me with this, thinking through, and then we had a rough idea and we sent that idea to Zulon. So Zulon just is like, okay, you want it this way, you want it that way, and Zulon did this.
Yep.
This is our idea, me and Jackie.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Jackie.
Yep. And then finally, after all that is done, you are ready to launch and let the whole world know.
And before that, going through Zulon Publishers, it wasn't free. That one too is money. So guys, I did not, disclaimer, I did not write this book to get money.
Oh yeah.
That's not my goal at all. But again, I cannot give it out for free because, like I said, professional editing I paid. Joining Writers Club I paid. what's it, publishing, I paid. Even till date, they deduct from my card every month. I've not finished paying. It's like they spread it over a period of time for you. So people, those of you who came to my book launch, you pledged and you gave me money. God bless you, because all that is going into all of these things. So I wish, in as much as I wish I can give this for free, I can't. Even though I've given some free copies out, I cannot do that just so that I can pay Zoom and they don't come after me, right? So if you haven't also gotten a book, please, this is your opportunity to support me. Aside supporting the YouTube channel, support the vision, encourage me to write more books. Because when I see you guys buying the book, my goal, and I'm praying to God for it to be a bestseller. Right, so when I see things like, I'll be more encouraged to even write more books, because I do not intend to stop writing, and I think this was the most challenging. But once I have this book, I know that we've entered the authorship, space, and so I can I can do more, and I definitely have plans of writing more books. So have we talked about the launch?
I mean, the launch.
It's an opportunity to advertise your book.
Get people to come together.
Right,
to support you and have some fun, talk about your book, and help people to understand the process that you went through in putting the book together, your why, some of these things you've all talked about, how people were involved in the process to share their experience as well, people who have read it, and also important, get people to read it before it finally comes out, so that they can give reviews.
I did all that.
They can give you their thoughts on the book and how the book goes.
So I think we would drop links to the Amazon, so that you can go and purchase a copy. And to my fans in Ghana, so many people have reached out to me. Ghana, they want hard copies. There's no Amazon.Ghana. Amazon.com.gh. There's no Amazon.gh. So let's pray one day there'll be Amazon.gh. But we are praying through and thinking through how we can reproduce in Ghana, so that people in Ghana can get hard copies. In the meantime, you can buy and read on
Kindle.
Amazon ebooks. Right. So
about
don't say I'm in Ghana.
Don't
say I'm in Ghana, so I'm waiting for Asantewaa to reproduce before. No, go and buy and read on Kindle, and it's just about $10 or something.
And share it with
exactly. I was going to say when you buy it, buy some for somebody too. And I like one of my friends. I'm going to give a shout out to Roxanne. So I'm going to give a shout out to Roxanne. She's been buying it for people. She's like, wow, you need to read this, you need to read that. So instead of buying, some things like achomo and sweet things and ice cream and stuff for your friend's birthday, you can get my book Shining Ever Brighter for your friend's birthday. This they will keep on their bookshelf for a very, very long time.
Hopefully read it.
Oh, please read it and pass it on to people. So
I guess that was just us sharing about the book Shining Ever Brighter. Oh, and there's even a picture gallery in it.
Right. There's a picture gallery in it
of through the years. Wow.
Guys, it's not boring at all.
Oh, no.
Like, it's not like I'm praising myself, but a fact is a fact.
Yes.
And when you are blessed of God, you are truly blessed. And some of these things when we talk about is to elevate the name of God, continue to praise God. Guys, God is real, and you see it manifested big time in this book. Like we said, it's a banger. So please
do patronize the book and reach out if you have any questions.
Exactly.
Maybe you want to buy it in bulk, you want to buy 100 copies.
I love it. Or maybe you need more guidance on how to write a book. I'm definitely open to.
If you want links to the writing coach and writing class.
Exactly. You can use the same people are used and things like that. I'm open to sharing ideas.
Alright, okay, so thank you very much for staying with us on this video and watching to the very end.
Right.
Don't forget to like this video. Share it with your friends. Drop a comment below.
Please, guys, comment.
And above all, subscribe to the
channel. Support us.
And let us grow this ministry.
I love it, babe. It's a ministry. It's not just a YouTube channel.
Yes, it's a ministry. So
Thank you
very much, and we will see you on the next video.
Bye.